You gotta love Blinky Jake Gyllenhaal. So I just watched Prisoners, and I really, really loved this movie. It's 2.5 hours long, and it didn't feel like anywhere near that. I was just completely invested in the movie the whole time. I was so into it. Like, I can't describe, like, how much this movie drew me in. I was just, like, I wasn't thinking about anything other than the movie as I watched it, and I wasn't really even trying to think ahead within the movie. I know a lot of people, or I don't know, I've heard a few people talk about how it's predictable and whatever, but like, I thought it was just so well made and so engrossing that I wasn't trying to predict it. I was just like completely following the narrative as it went on, and that's such a rare kind of thing, to just be so invested in the movie that you're not really even thinking about all the possibilities within the movie, just kind of exactly following it as it plays out. The film is directed by, I don't know if it's like more French to say his name, Denis Villeneuve, and he's a Canadian Quebecois director who, this is his first kind of more Hollywood kind of film, and I've never actually seen any of his films. I haven't seen Ensemble, and I've always wanted to, but I was just so impressed with his work in this film, and I'm definitely going to have to check out all of his other stuff. Such great direction here, such great performances. Jake Gyllenhaal is really good in this movie. He has, like, I don't know, I guess his cop detective kind of character has been through a lot, and he blinks, like, really, it's something that really stands out, I think, in this movie, but just kind of a funny little thing. And Hugh Jackman is pretty crazy in this movie. I honestly, I don't think I've really watched that many Hugh Jackman movies. This is my first time really, I mean, other than, like, Les Mis, really seeing him, like, in this intense role. He's like the crazed father who's lost his child. I mean, the film is about, if you don't know, two little girls who get abducted on Thanksgiving, and they're two friends, two families. So Hugh Jackman and his wife Maria Bello are one family, and then Viola Davis and Terrence Howard play the other family, and both their daughters are together abducted. And the main suspect here is Paul Dano, who gets completely tortured in this film. It's really awful. There's a lot of religious undertones in the film, which was really interesting and intriguing. Just this kind of battle between, like, morality, doing what's right. There's a lot of intricacies to the movie, and there's, I don't know, it's very, like, complex kind of storyline, I thought. I mean, I feel like if I went back and watched it again, I'd pick up on things a lot, and I think that's always a really good thing. There's obviously things that kind of piece together better once you know the ending, which is a little bit of a twist ending, and the ending's just in general really good. It kind of just leaves you like, no. Not to spoil anything. It's just a completely well-made thriller, and I don't know, I like watching thrillers, but this is one that has really, really stuck out to me compared to a lot of the thrillers recently. It just had the right amount of drama and suspense, and enough to keep you completely on the edge of your seat the whole time. And the story is very, it's complex, and it has a lot of layers to it, and there's a lot of stuff going on. And it seems pretty realistic almost, the way that they really go about the procedures of this, of the, the detectives and the cops and everything that happens in trying to find the little girls. I don't know, it's just interesting to see, especially the religious elements, how they play out and how they affect certain characters. And just the general kind of moral message of the film is just, it's interesting to me, and I don't know, I think the movie just handles all of its themes very well. It's shot by Roger Deakins, and it is, beautifully captured, the cinematography, so obviously that's a plus. And I don't know, just it has this, like, intense feeling about it that I was just so invested in it, and I think that's just the main thing that I can say about this movie, is that it's completely completely investing, and it captures your attention for 2.5 hours. And I wouldn't even say it needs to be any shorter. Like, every moment of it is just so intense and so enthralling that I was never bored for a second of it. I was just completely into it the whole time. So that's just such a thing in itself, especially for me. As much as I love movies, I'm very, very easily distracted when watching movies. My mind wanders a lot, but this movie just had me so hooked. So go see Prisoners. It's totally worth your time, your money. It's a really, really great movie, and I'm giving it an A. And yeah, thank you so much for watching my review of the film. And if you've seen it, please, I'd like to discuss it with you. Thanks again for watching. I'm Adriana. My blog is Fresh from the Theater. And if you like what you see, please subscribe. Thanks so much.